Champions in Dubai 2015.
I guess the day after winning a tournament, and I suppose it's the same for everyone in the background here, that having breakfast you're pretty shattered. 2 days takes its toll, and you don't really, doesn't matter how good you are at your time management. Head coaches get pretty particular about a lot of things, so you spend a lot of time analysing. You probably go to bed very late, get up very early, smash the espressos, and then by the time you wake up in the morning, you feel pretty tired, and you don't necessarily feel elated. I don't think we showed New Zealand as much respect after the whistle in the semi-final. Certainly not what I'm about. I don't think it's what any of my management or our team should be about. I look at the New Zealand team of about 4 or 5 years ago that went that 46-47 game winning run. This team has the potential to do that, but based upon yesterday, that's not going to happen if they continue to just get a little bit carried away with themselves. So I love a lot of our boys to death, and I'll do a lot for them, but I think they need to have a bit of perspective. Like a coach, bird's eye and worm's eye. I think they're little worms at the moment. They need to get a bit of bird's eye view and see how perhaps other people might be talking about them now. I don't think it will all be in beautiful terms. Yeah, we need to earn a bit of respect off the field next week. Our kickoffs, a very technical area of the game, we absolutely dominated. We broke a world record in the first day, 9 different try scorers in a sevens game. I think I'd be really interested to check the facts, but Fatima Ravuvu hit 17 conversions in a row on the first day, and only missed 2 conversions in 2 days, I think. That's technical work that we're doing. We're spending time on the ground, tons of time on catch, pass, tackle, on decision making at breakdowns in attack and defence. I just don't want any of that to fall apart by being overconfident or getting carried away with ourselves. I think it's great for the game that USA are joining the top table. Me and Mike haven't really seen eye to eye over the last few years, and we're very different coaches. The way I want to coach is very different from Mike, but Mike's doing a great job. I think he likes being an underdog, as he was with Kenya and was with USA. He's got some very good players in that USA team, and the fact that they won twice against New Zealand the weekend shows that they're not a one-trick pony. And with people like Phil Greening and Chris Brown in that group, they're going to be there or bouts. New Zealand, poor old Gordon, I spoke to him. We've yet to play them in the last 15 tournaments where they've had 12 players fit. They've always got injuries, and they'll send home. They'll probably have a charter plane for all their guys that are going home injured. And South Africa beat themselves up when they lose just one game, and that's all they lost. And they didn't defend their title in Dubai, but they look very good. They look very powerful and strong. And in Cape Town, you've got to mark them down as favourites. Let's talk a little bit about Samoa again. I thought they played really well. They were 20 seconds away from getting to the semi-final. And Simon with England, I thought he did brilliantly to get to the final. He had a much better second half than us. He's got some young kids there that I didn't honestly think they would get near a final this weekend, and he's going to be really happy that he's obviously done a lot of hard work in the last few months and has done well. So you're talking about 6 or 7 sides there that are playing well. I think you're going to see lots of different finalists in the next 9 tournaments. We saw only 3 or 4 different winners last year, but I think we're going to see lots of last 4 and final 2 finalists that are going to be different this year. I think people are spending a lot of time on breakdowns, and we don't, because we want to stay on our feet, and there's a few things that we want to try to bring into the game that I think will be a new innovation in the sevens game that I don't think we're quite ready to put out into the series. It will be in the next couple of tournaments, particularly with that England final game where we had more rucks there than we had in the entire tournament. We were 0.8 rucks per try going into that final, and I think we probably hit double figures in that final. And they stole nearly all of our rucks. I mean, we looked like school kids going into breakdowns. They were just winning balls for fun. Richard de Carpentier, Alex Gray's a terrific player, James Rodwell, Phil Burgess. Those guys were stealing ball for fun as their second man. The reset button in Cape Town is pretty important. It's about recovery over the next 2 or 3 days. We'll have a couple of pool sessions, a couple of hot and colds today. With a bit of luck, one of the things I guess people don't know, if you win tournaments, you're top of the upgrade list. which is one of the things that makes me the happiest. So hopefully when we get on that plane we'll turn left, and I can lie down and have a bit of a kip and watch our opponents that we're going to have in Cape Town. And the other great thing about it is I love going to South Africa for lots of reasons. Going to a second tournament that's going to be a full house in a big stadium. You know, I really enjoyed George back in the day and Port Elizabeth, and the stadium at Port Elizabeth is fantastic, but it wasn't a full house like Dubai. Cape Town's going to be a party, and to have back-to-back big ticket events, I expect some surprises next week. I think teams are going to find it hard to back it up.